Hey, this is Mark Fitzpatrick of Tiger Club Kansas City. It is Tuesday, December 5th, and we are excited to welcome back a true Mizzou legend, true son, Jon Sundvold, former All-American. Jon, thanks for making the trip up here. You're great.
Fitz, always great. I haven't been here in a while, but always good to see. You know what? I had my old 8th grade football coach here. Had an old high school buddy here, so it's fun to see people.
Talking about the Mizzou Tiger season so far, we're all wringing our hands that we lost to Jackson State, but you look around the country, there are a lot of big name teams. Kentucky loses to UNC Wilmington, Auburn loses to App State, KU struggle against Eastern Illinois.
You know, the reality is November, December basketball is flashes of good and then flashes of not so good. I mean, it's the same with every school. If you can get by the Jackson State and get a win, sneak a win, good. But sometimes you stub your toe. We've seen it with all the big schools. I think November, December gets you ready for conference play. A team like Missouri with new faces, you get better every game. And right now they've got a gauntlet, right? You've got Kansas, you've got Seton Hall, you've got Illinois. It's going to be a tough stretch of games that they've got to focus down and see if they can win.
Is this more common today, these upsets where we have guys changing schools and one and dones and they're not playing together long? We're going to see these upsets.
We're going to see them because of the transfer portal. Now, there'll be new transfers to the big schools, and some aren't yet known by their other teammates. But also, you're playing mid-major schools that maybe guys have played together for 4 years, so that haven't led. And so now some of these teams have veteran players, and they're going against players Kansas or Missouri that's kind of a hodgepodge until they get to February, what it'll be like.
And last year we saw San Diego State there.
Correct.
So, all right, well, the Tigers look like they brought in some great players at Pittsburgh.
Yes.
I thought they looked very good at Wichita State, and as you said, the gauntlet starts on Saturday.
It does. I think the scheduling was good by Coach Gates. Go to Minnesota and play on the road, and go to Pitt and play on the road. They won both those games. It wasn't pretty in Minnesota, but they still won. And when you watch Coach Gates' team from last year, this year, they seem to win those close games. And there's something very valuable about that when you start playing these big games.
And he's doing a great job with them.
Great job. I mean, next year's class is off the chart.
All right, you talked a lot about your days playing. And, I had great memories of those days, too, with Norm Stewart. You look back, you played in an era where we had, in the Big Eight, we had Johnny Orr, we had Norm, we had Jack Hartman, Billy Tubbs. The best memories of those?
Well, they were always personalities, and obviously I was fortunate to play on 4 great teams. And so when we came to town, crowds were ready for us, the opposing coach was ready for us, and sometimes it was showtime. Whether it was Joe Cipriano or Johnny Orr, Billy Tubbs, it was showtime on the sideline. And we had probably one of the best showmen in Norm. So as a player, we appreciated what Coach was doing on the sideline to distract, and then we thought if we just handle our business, try to win another game, try to win our championship, get in the locker room, celebrate, get your stuff in the bag, get out of there, go home.
You played obviously in a different era. Do you, with NIL and the transfer portal, do you see either legislation or any kind of ruling to tighten things up for transfers?
Well, I hope, and again, I'm not against NIL, I'm not against transfer. The problem would be coaching, you don't even know what you have. Like, we can have kids committed, but that doesn't mean they're coming. In NIL, things change. I think money changes everybody. I think they've got to short up, like at least in professional sports, I signed a contract, I'm there. I'm there for that length of contract. Now I don't know how collectives work, you're there. The kid might not play in a bowl game, who's paying him, who's going where. Kids are in the transfer portal early. It doesn't always work out for the kids' transfers. Sometimes it does. But I think there's multiple more that it doesn't work out for when they try to find another school than the couple that it does work out for.
Last thing, you stayed very involved in the community. You've been head of board of curators, given a lot back to university. It's a great time to be a Tiger.
It's fun. Coach Drink has done great. Obviously, going to Cotton Bowl. 10-2 and selling out for Oldfield has been fun. Mizzou Arena's fun. The volleyball team is the NCAA. We got the best wrestling coach in the country. The SEC doesn't recognize that, but we know how good they are. So there's a lot of excitement about what Mizzou sports and athletics is about, and from a standpoint across the state, it makes it much more fun.
Jon, thank you.
Thanks, Vince.
Great to have you, buddy.
Thanks.
He's a true Tiger and one of the all-time greats that ever played at Mizzou. Folks, next week we have Sam Mellinger, former Kansas City Star sports columnist. currently the media relations director for the Kansas City Royals. He'll be here to talk about the Royals and what went on in the winter meetings, which are happening this week. For more information on speakers, go to kctigerclub.com. Don't forget, we'll have a happy hour at Chickle and Pickle in Overland Park on January 9th. Again, kctigerclub.com for information on events and meetings.